Today I've decided to talk about my most recently finished book, which is the third book in the Trust trilogy by Cristiane Serruya called Pandora's Box, and I have it here on my Kindle. And let me tell you, it took me forever to read, but that's because I was in the mood. It's not the book's fault. Actually, the book is pretty interesting. It's contemporary, and I did a review of the first book last year, which I will leave a link to down below if you'd like to go and see it, which you should, because this is the third book, and while I will try to be spoiler free here, it's the third book, so I might slip up even if I don't mean to. Anyway, let me also just say that this is definitely not for kids. If you're under 18, you probably shouldn't read it. There's a lot of explicit scenes. Last year I got in contact with the author Chris Serruya, and she sent me the first two books in the series, which were really great and I really enjoyed them. And I never actually published my review for the second book, even though I had notes and everything, but that's besides the point. We're talking about the third book now. And as with the previous two books, the events revolve around Sophia, Alistair and Ethan, and basically their lives are about to get unraveled. And the reason why it took me so long to read was, well, first of all, I still am somewhat in a slumpy mood, reading slump, but also there's a lot of deep stuff going on, because they have so much in their lives that they have to deal with, so many demons inside them that they have to deal with, and it could get pretty heavy, so it took me a while, and I'm not even making any sense, but I just finished reading it, so my thoughts are all jumbled up still in my head. But basically, lots of heavy stuff, lots of demons to deal with, and that's just the kind of stuff that it happens. I mean, I wouldn't say to everyone, but everyone has a lot of stuff to deal with. Something happens to everyone that scars you for life, and it's not easy getting in contact with your emotions and just dealing with stuff. And sometimes it's really actually not sometimes, always, it's really good to have a person you can rely on, so you can trust that person and open yourself up. And that is one of the hardest things to do, because it's just not the easiest thing in the world to give out your trust in your heart to someone else. And a lot of these things are in this book. I really enjoyed that part of it. Also, it is kind of nice to read about the glamorous life that they lead, because they seem like they have it all. They really do. I mean, they have the power, they have the money, they have the beauty, but that's not everything a person needs in life. It may seem like it sometimes, but it's really not. What people really need is a human connection to someone, be it your partner or your best friend or family. It's so important, that human connection, and all of it is in this book. So that is why I really enjoyed it. It is, I mean, normally I like high fantasy books, I'm not gonna lie, and they're definitely my favorite genre. However, it is nice to get out of the fantasy world and into the real world or contemporary world every once in a while and spend some time in there as well, even though I have my own life. But I mean, I like reading books, so spending time in contemporary life through books, yeah, okay, that makes so much sense. But the point is, I really enjoyed this book. But in closing this rambling thing that just happened, like I said earlier, all three of them seem to have everything, but they have all these demons inside that they have to deal with, and that just makes me think of how you never know what kind of war is going on inside of the person sitting next to you. So just try to be nice. It doesn't cost anything. I'm gonna go think about my life now. Bye! Also, read the Trust trilogy.